First up, we have the Sony FX9 Mark II. Today, we're diving into some exciting leaks and rumors surrounding Sony's highly anticipated FX9 Mark II. The original FX9, released in late 2019, quickly became a favorite among filmmakers and content creators. It offered some incredible features like a full-frame 6K sensor, dual-base ISO, and stellar autofocus performance. However, as great as the FX9 was, it wasn't without its limitations. One of the biggest limitations of the FX9 was its internal recording options. It maxed out at 4K DCI UHD at 60p with 422 10-bit color depth. And for filmmakers hoping for internal RAW recording, well, you were out of luck. But all of that might change with the FX9 Mark II. Rumors suggest that the Sony FX9 Mark II is going to be a huge step forward. We're talking potential 6K or even 8K recording, 4K at 120p, with higher bit depth and color sampling, possibly 12-bit internal recording. And yes, you heard that right, internal RAW recording is likely on the table. Another big rumor surrounding the FX9 Mark II is its improved ergonomics. Sony is reportedly focusing on making the button layout more user-friendly, adding customizable displays, and making menu navigation simpler. We're also hearing that the viewfinder will get a significant upgrade. Think higher resolution, more vivid colors, and improved clarity. So, when can we expect the FX9 Mark II? While nothing is confirmed yet, rumors suggest an official announcement could happen as early as late 2024, with a potential release in early 2025. And as for price, it's expected to land somewhere between $10,000 and $12,000. Next, we have the Nikon Z5 Mark II. We're diving into some exciting leaks and rumors about the Nikon Z5 Mark II, a camera that's been stirring up a lot of buzz. The Nikon Z5, which was released in 2020, has been a popular choice for photographers who want to enter the world of full frame without breaking the bank. But now, the rumors suggest that Nikon is preparing to launch a successor, the Nikon Z5 Mark II. So, what can we expect from this upcoming camera? Well, the Z5 Mark II is rumored to keep a similar design to the original Z5, including that durable magnesium alloy body and weather sealing. We're also hearing that Nikon might refine the ergonomics slightly, based on feedback from Z5 users. The original Z5 had a comfortable grip, and we expect the Z5 Mark II to follow suit, maybe with some tweaks to make handling even better during long shoots. Now, onto one of the most exciting rumored upgrades, the sensor. It's expected that the Z5 Mark II will feature the same 24.5 megapixel BSI CMOS sensor from the Z6 Mark II. That's a significant step up from the Z5's 24.3 megapixel sensor, and it should deliver better low-light performance thanks to improved light gathering capabilities. And it doesn't stop there. The Z5 Mark II is rumored to come with Nikon's X-Speed 6 image processor. Video enthusiasts, there's something in it for you too. The Z5 Mark II is expected to offer 4K video recording at 60 frames per second, unlike the original Z5, which was limited to 4K at 30 FPS with that annoying 1.5x crop factor. No more crop, finally. Another area where the Z5 Mark II might shine is autofocus. The original Z5 had a 273-point hybrid autofocus system, but the Z5 Mark II is rumored to have even more focus points and improved subject tracking. Now, on to pricing. The Z5 Mark II is rumored to land somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000, which would place it right in the middle of the full-frame mirrorless market. As for the release date, Nikon tends to stick to a predictable schedule, and rumors suggest the Z5 Mark II could be announced in the fourth quarter of 2024. If you're a Leica fan or just a photography enthusiast, you're in for a treat today. Rumors are swirling about Leica's next flagship camera, the highly anticipated M12. The predecessor, the Leica M11, set a high standard with its 60-megapixel sensor and signature design. But the big question is, first up, let's talk about the design. And it seems Leica might be taking a bold step with the rumored M12. Speculations suggest a significant departure from the traditional M-series look. The M12 is expected to feature a revolutionary hybrid viewfinder system, allowing users to switch between a classic optical rangefinder and a fully electronic viewfinder with a digital overlay. This could mean more versatility, especially for photographers who want to enjoy both old school and modern shooting styles. But that's not all. It's rumored that the M12's body will be slightly smaller, about 3 millimeters slimmer than the M11. The new body could sport a 3.9-inch touchscreen, taking up most of the rear, and possibly replacing some external controls for a sleeker, more minimalist feel. Leica might even remove the ISO dial and replace it with a customizable thumb dial right behind the shutter button. This design shift signals that Leica could be focusing on simplifying the user experience without sacrificing quality. But how will fans of the M series feel about these changes? Let us know what you think in the comments. Moving on to the next exciting rumor, Leica's new close focus mount lenses. If these are compatible with the M12, the camera could allow photographers to focus on subjects as close as 0.3 meters. That's less than a foot away, without needing any external accessories. For those who love capturing close-up details or portraits, this could be a game changer, especially with the rumored electronic viewfinder helping to nail that precise framing. While this isn't confirmed, it could be another step towards enhancing Leica's versatility for various photography styles. Now, let's get into the guts of the camera. While we don't have confirmed specs yet, it's possible that the M12 will carry over the 60-megapixel full-frame sensor from the M11, the same sensor that received widespread praise for its incredible detail and dynamic range. Leica's triple-resolution technology might make a comeback too, allowing users to switch between 60-36 and 18-megapixel shooting modes, adapting to different shooting environments and storage needs. And speaking of storage, the M12 could also retain the 64 gigabytes of internal storage we saw in the M11. This is a great feature for on-the-go photographers who might need that extra space without relying on SD cards. Here's where things get really interesting. The biggest rumor floating around is the potential inclusion of in-body image stabilization, IBIS. Previously, Leica didn't incorporate this due to the size constraints of their rangefinder system. However, whispers suggest that Leica could achieve this if they remove the mechanical shutter and go fully electronic. If this rumor is true, it would make handheld shooting much more stable, especially in low light, while still maintaining the M series' distinct shooting experience. Another major speculation is autofocus. While the M11 was a purely manual focus camera, Leica might finally introduce autofocus in the M12. It would be a significant change, but Leica's challenge here would be balancing modern conveniences with the manual precision that the M series is known for. So, when can we expect the M12? Well, Leica has remained tight-lipped, but some reports hinted at an announcement back in May of this year. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Given Leica's usual release cycles, we might not see the M12 officially launched for another year or two. It seems Leica is taking extra time to ensure this model meets their high standards, and we know Leica doesn't rush perfection. And what about the price? The M11 was priced around $9,000, so we're likely looking at a similar figure for the M12. Premium craftsmanship comes with a premium price tag, after all. The excitement around the Leica M12 is real. Leica's reputation for blending craftsmanship, performance, and unique shooting experiences has earned them a loyal following. If the M12 rumors turn out to be true, we could be looking at a camera that balances modern innovation, like a hybrid viewfinder, IBIS and autofocus, with the tradition and heritage that Leica fans adore. Next, we have the Sony FX3 Mark II. First up, the most exciting rumor, the global shutter. Now, if you're not familiar with what that means, let me explain. Most cameras use what's called a rolling shutter, which can lead to wobbly or warped footage when you're shooting fast-moving subjects, like this. See that weird distortion? That's the rolling shutter effect. But a global shutter could fix that. Instead of capturing the image line by line, it captures the entire frame instantly. This means no more warped footage in fast-moving scenes, no matter how quick the action. If the Sony FX3 Mark II comes with a global shutter, this would be an absolute game changer for filmmakers, especially those who shoot high-speed action, sports, or event videography. Now, before we get too excited, remember, this is still all speculation. Sony hasn't officially confirmed anything yet. So, While the idea of a global shutter on an FX3 Mark II is thrilling, we have to keep our expectations in check for now. But it's not just the shutter that has people talking. There are also rumors that the FX3 Mark II might come with some other serious upgrades. Another interesting rumor is that the FX3 Mark II could replace the FX3 entirely. Some even speculate that Sony might merge the beloved A7S series with the FX line. Now, both the FX3 and A7S III are fan favorites, and for good reason. They both share similar features, like a 12-megapixel full-frame sensor, Bion's XR processor, and 4K at 120 FPS. But the FX3 is built for pure video, while the A7S III still maintains that hybrid shooter appeal. So, would combining these models be a smart move? It could simplify Sony's lineup and make choosing a camera easier, but for die-hard fans of the A7S series, this might feel like a loss. Another rumored feature that's got people buzzing is the potential for 4K at 180 frames per second. Imagine the creative possibilities for slow-motion footage. That's a feature a lot of us have been waiting for. This could open up a whole new world of creative slow motion for filmmakers and content creators alike. And while the FX3 doesn't have an internal electronic viewfinder, there's speculation that Sony might offer an external EVF accessory. This would be a nice compromise for those who prefer using a viewfinder. But let's talk about the concerns of merging the FX3 and A7S lines. For hybrid shooters who rely on the A7S III for both video and stills, losing that flexibility could be tough. The A7S series was a pioneer in delivering exceptional video in a compact form while still offering solid photography features. If the FX3 Mark II focuses purely on video, some users might feel like they're losing a key part of their toolkit. Now, when can we expect all this to go down? According to an unknown source, Sony is planning a camera announcement between the last week of October and early November 2024. Could this be the FX3 Mark II? We'll have to wait and see, but it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. So to recap, the Sony FX3 Mark II could bring a global shutter, 4K at 180 FPS, and possibly even replace the FX3 or merge with the A7S series. But as with all rumors, take it with a grain of salt until we get official confirmation. Next, we have the highly anticipated Nikon Z9H. Is this the mirrorless camera that could finally take down Sony's dominance in the market? Let's find out. The Nikon Z9H is shaping up to be a mythical beast, rumored to have a groundbreaking global shutter sensor. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's break down what this could mean for the camera world and see if it really has a shot at dethroning Sony. Now, here's what we know so far. Nikon is reportedly developing a high-speed version of the Z9, potentially named the Z9H. Think of it as Nikon's answer to Canon's R1, R3, and Sony's A9 Mark III. Serious competition. Our latest info suggests a 20-megapixel sensor with an impressive readout speed of just 0.4 milliseconds. Sounds fast, right? But wait, there's more. The prototype is supposedly almost ready for production and will feature a dual Expeed 7 processor. And while there's no official announcement yet, leaks paint a picture of a camera unlike any other Nikon has produced. So, what's the big deal about this global shutter sensor? Well, unlike the traditional rolling shutter sensors, a global shutter captures the entire scene at once, eliminating distortion and those annoying rolling shutter artifacts. Imagine shooting a speeding race car and capturing it perfectly sharp without any skew or warping. Fast action photography, high-speed panning shots, these could be game changers with the Z9H's rumored global shutter. But hold up, it's not all sunshine and roses. While a global shutter sounds fantastic, it often comes at a cost. Traditional designs of global shutters can sacrifice low-light performance, and they might introduce readout noise. The big question is, will Nikon be able to overcome these hurdles and deliver a global shutter that doesn't compromise on image quality? We'll have to wait and see. Let's not forget the reigning champion here, Sony's A1. This is a powerhouse camera in its own right, offering phenomenal speed, superb image quality, and a seriously impressive autofocus system. Sure, the A1 doesn't have a global shutter, but it still pushes the boundaries of what a mirrorless camera can do. So, will the Z9H be able to challenge the A1's legacy? Only time will tell. Right now, the official announcement is the missing piece of the puzzle. We're in the dark when it comes to the Z9H's release date, pricing, and full specs. But one thing is for sure, the anticipation is building. Is this the Nikon camera that will make waves in 2024? So, there you have it. 5 of the most exciting cameras we could see in 2025. What do you guys think? Which camera are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful.